Hello and welcome to the course of Aerodynamic Design of Vehicle. This course belongs to BTech third year Automobile Engineering. In this lecture, we will discuss Introduction to Aerodynamics, which is the first topic of the first unit, Fundamentals of Aerodynamics. Objectives of this course is to broaden the understanding of aerodynamics, to understand how to approach various industrial applications using CFD. CFD is a computational tool used in fluid dynamics. The third objective is to get hands-on experience on many leading commercial software like ANSYS. Course outcomes of this course. After completing this course, the student will be able to understand basic fluid flow theory. They will be able to understand basics of CFD. They can develop solutions using various commercial solvers and validate the results using a standard solution. Fourth, they will be able to compare various types of grids for approaching accurate solution. This course of aerodynamic design of vehicle has 5 units. The first unit is regarding the fundamentals of aerodynamics. In this unit, we will introduce you to the basic concepts of aerodynamics, the scope and development trends of aerodynamic vehicles starting from 1920, the types of flow phenomena related to cars and automobiles, the resistance to vehicles like drag, lift, flow field around cars, and the optimization of car bodies for low drags, and then we will talk about the Navier-Stokes equations. In the second unit, we will cover the basic aspects of CFD. CFD is a computational fluid dynamics. It is a tool to simulate the fluid flow. In this unit, we will discuss the basic aspect of discretization. Discretization is the crux of CFD. There are many different methods of discretization. The most popular is finite difference method. So we will discuss about finite difference methods and explicit and implicit schemes. In CFD, we use different types of schemes. They are categorized mainly as explicit and implicit schemes. Then we will perform stability analysis on our different strategy to solve a linear wave equation. Also, we will perform discretization of one-dimensional steady-state diffusion equation and one-dimensional convection diffusion equations. Then we will study the pressure correction techniques and then simple algorithm. Third unit is about ANSYS software. ANSYS is a commercial software which is used to simulate fluid flow problems. It is a multi-physics platform where different types of fluid flow can be solved. We solve the governing differential equations, and from these we can obtain the primary variables like velocity, temperature, and pressure. Then we can plot and visualize these data, and then we can interpret our obtained data. In the fourth unit, we will study about mesh generation using various commercial CFD codes. There are many inbuilt code generation module inside the ANSYS like ICM CFD, ANSYS Mesher, Space Claim. Also, we will perform some benchmark simulation to get a hands-on experience on various type of CFD problems. In the fifth unit, we will study the aerodynamic design of some generic bodies of cars, buses and trucks. We will perform simulation and validate our result with the existing literature. We will also suggest to modify the shape of the aerodynamic vehicle to optimize for the drag and lift coefficient. So let us begin first by posing question, what is aerodynamics? So basically aerodynamics is the study of moving gases, in this case air, over a body in motion. So in this course, because we will study the fluid flow of automobile vehicle, so the gas here is taken as air. And how that airflow affects the body's movement through the flow. So why we need aerodynamic design of vehicles? Because by aerodynamically designing the vehicles, we can make the car more safer and we can make it more fuel efficient by optimizing its shape. In this figure, we can see that how a poor aerodynamically designed vehicle can produce an extensive region of turbulence and hence loss of pressure energy and increased drag, while a good shaped contoured vehicle produce low region of turbulence and have good aerodynamic characteristics. Again, a standard box type trailer will produce a large zone of wake at the back which creates pressure drag, while an improved design in which trailer takes the teardrop shape produce less drag. Now we will discuss in brief the basic terminologies used in this course. These terminologies are frontal area, drag, lift, downforce, drag and lift coefficient, wake, streamlined and bluff body. Frontal area. Frontal area is the total of all surfaces in the front of your vehicle which causes drag. The frontal area can be calculated by multiplying the length with the width. So you can see here the two pictures. The left side picture has more frontal area than the right side picture. So our objective in the aerodynamic course is to reduce the frontal area and hence the drag. Whenever an object moves in fluid, it experiences a resistance to its motion. So drag is the force a flowing fluid exerts on a body in the flow direction. So around 60% of the power required for cruising at high speed is spent in overcoming the drag. So you can see that for running a car at 60 miles per hour, we need 50 horsepower. Much of this power is spent on overcoming this drag. Drags are of different type. So basically drag are generally divided into two categories: skin friction drag and pressure drag. Skin friction drag is produced due to the friction between an object and fluid. This skin friction drag can be calculated by using Newton's law of viscosity, tau is equal to mu del u by del y, where del u by del y is a velocity gradient. When it is multiplied by the dynamic viscosity, we can get shear stress at the solid surface. The tangential component of this shear force will be equal to skin friction drag. A rough surface has high skin friction drag and a smooth surface have less skin surface drag. Pressure drag is produced due to the shape of the object moving through the fluid. It depends on the cross section of an object. Whenever a fluid flow over an object, a high pressure zone and a relatively low pressure zone at the rear end is created. This pressure difference between the front and rear end is cause of the pressure drag. An object with larger cross section and blunt shape will have a larger drag. An object with streamlined and curved surface is tend to have less drag. Lift and down force. So similarly, the drag force, there is another force which is called lift force. The lift force acts vertically normal to the fluid flow direction. The lift force is the component of the pressure and wall shear forces in the direction normal to the flow. Down force. Down force is opposite of the lift force. It acts downwards. The term down force describes the downward force on a body that allows holding the car to the track or road surface. The down force is a force which arises due to the airflow over and below the car, which act vertically downward on the car. It is very important for high-speed racing cars because it stabilizes the car and prevent it from toppling. So you can see in this picture the left-hand drag force. The lift force always act vertically to the fluid flow incoming and the drag force act in the direction of the flow. So you can see another picture here where all the drag, lift and down force on a typical car is shown. So you can see that because of the fluid flow, the pressure difference between the rear end and front is different, which create a pressure drag. The normal component of all the forces acting on the body is drag force, and the vertical component of all the forces on the body may be lift force, and if it is acting downward, it is called down force. Coefficient and drag and coefficient of lift. As the drag and lift forces depends on various factors like the density of the fluid, upstream velocity, the size, shape and orientation of the body. So to compare the drag and lift forces for different type of bodies in different flow conditions, it is convenient to define drag and lift coefficient. Drag and lift coefficient are dimensionless numbers which represent the drag and lift characteristic of the body. These numbers are called drag coefficient, which can be represented by CD, and the lift coefficient, which is represented by CL. Shape of an object plays an important role towards the contribution of different type of drag. So we can see in the picture that a flat plate has 0% of form drag, that is pressure drag is 0 because there are no wake formation and thus there is no pressure difference between the front and rear end. While the skin friction drag contribution is 100%. For a very thin airfoil, the form drag is 10% and skin friction drag is 90% because of the very small wake formation at the rear end of the aerofoil. Now the third picture is of a circular cylinder in which a large wake zone forms behind the cylinder of low pressure. So because of this, the contribution of form drag or pressure drag is 90%, while the skin friction drag is 10%. Now the last picture is of a vertical plate which is normal to the flow, and we can see that the total drag is form drag and there is no contribution of skin friction drag. Now we will talk about some clever use of understanding of fluid flow for the improvement in aerodynamic characteristic of vehicle. For example, all of you have seen the Formula One racing cars. It has different shape and size in comparison to the conventional car. Its front wing is the most important part which comes into contact with the air. This front wing is designed specifically to improve the overall performance of the Formula One racing car. Also, there is a spoiler which is a component of a Formula One racing car which helps to improve stability by sticking the rear wing to the track. The spoiler alters the fluid flow and create a downforce to help in the stabilizing the vehicle. Another design in the Formula One racing cars are turning vanes which are designed in a way that it separates the flow into two parts. One is directed into the side pod to cool the engine and the other part is diverted outside to reduce the drag. In the next slide, we will present how aerodynamics and understanding of CFD and its application plays an important role in designing an aerodynamic efficient vehicle.